Hi, hello everyone. In this presentation, we are here to discuss about natural disaster management. I am Reshma Begum R from 2nd BSc Biochemistry. List of top 10 natural disaster. First, cyclone. Second, earthquake. Third, tornado. Fourth, volcanic eruption. Fifth, tsunami. Sixth, flood. Seventh, wildfire. Eighth, drought. Ninth, avalanche. 10th, landslide. Earthquake. Content. Introduction of earthquake. Causes. Epicenter. Fault. Types of fault. What is plate tectonics? What is seismograph? What is Richter scale? Prevention of earthquake. What is an earthquake? Earthquake are the shaking, rolling, or sudden shock of the earth's surface. They are the earth's natural means of releasing stress. What causes an earthquake? There are about 20 plates along the surface of the earth that move continuously and slow past each other. When the plates squeeze or stretch, huge rocks form at the edges and the rocks shift with great force, causing an earthquake. As the plate move, they put forces on themselves and each other. When the force is large enough, the crust is forced to break. When the break occurs, the stress is released as energy, which moves through the earth in the form of waves, which we feel and call an earthquake. What is epicenter? The epicenter is the point on the earth's surface that is directly above the hypocenter or focus, the point where an earthquake or underground explosion originates. In the case of earthquake, the epicenter is directly above the point where the fault begins to rupture, and in most cases, it is the area of greatest damage. What is a fault? A fault is an area of stress in the earth where broken rock slide past each other, causing a crack in the earth's surface. There are four major types of fault, which are as follows: dip slip normal fault, dip slip reverse fault, strike slip fault, oblique slip fault. Deep slip normal fault. Deep slip fault can occur either as reverse or as normal faults. A normal fault occurs when the crust is extended. Alternatively, such a fault can be called an extensional fault. The hanging wall moves downward relative to the footwall. Dip slip reverse fault. A reverse fault is the opposite of a normal fault. The hanging wall moves up relative to the footwall. Strike slip fault. The fault surface is usually near vertical and the footwall moves either left or right or laterally with very little vertical motion. Strike slip fault with left lateral motion are also known as sinistral faults. Those with right lateral motion are also known as dextral faults. Oblique slip fault. A fault which has a component of deep slip and a component of strike slip is termed an oblique slip fault. So, defining a fault as oblique requires both slip and strike component of the measurable and significant. What are the plate tectonics? The plate tectonics theory is supported by a wide range of evidence that considers the Earth's crust and the upper mantle to be composed of several large, thin, relatively rigid plates that move relative to one another. What is a seismograph? A seismograph is an instrument used for recording the intensity and duration of the earthquake. Richter scale. The Richter magnitude scale, also known as Richter scale, assigns a magnitude number to quantify the energy released by an earthquake. It is based on the amplitude of largest seismic waves. Top 10 earthquakes in India. Significant quakes in and around India. Date 1819 June 16, region Kutch, Gujarat, and its magnitude is 8.0. 1885 May 30, region Sopur, Jammu and Kashmir, and its magnitude is 7.0. 1897 June 12, region Shillong Plateau, and its magnitude is 8.7. 1905 April 4, Kangra, Himachal Pradesh, and its magnitude is 8.0. 1934 Jan 15 region Bihar Nepal border and its magnitude is 8.3. 1941 June 26 region Andaman Islands and its magnitude is 8.1. 1950 August 50 Arunachal Pradesh China border and its magnitude is 8.5. 2001 Jan 26 Bhuj Gujarat and its magnitude is 7.7. 2004 December 26 off west coast of Sumatra and its magnitude is 9.3. Prevention of earthquake. We cannot prevent natural earthquake from occurring, but we can significantly mitigate the effects by identifying hazards, building safer structure, and providing education on earthquake safety. By preparing for natural earthquakes, we can also reduce the risk from human-induced earthquake. Now let's move on to landslide. Content. What is landslide? Common types of landslide, causes of landslide, effect and losses due to landslide, prevention of landslides. What is landslide? A landslide, also known as landslip, is a geological phenomenon that includes a wide range of ground movement such as rockfall, deep failure of slopes, and shallow debris flow. Landslide can occur in offshore, coastal, and onshore environment, although the action of gravity is the primary driving force for a landslide to occur. There are other contributing factors affecting the original slope stability. Common types of landslides. Rotational slides. They are moved along a surface of rupture that is curved and concave. Translational slides. It occurs when the failure surface is approximately flat or slightly undulated. Rockfall. It is free falling of detached bodies of bedrock or boulders from a cliff or steep slope. Rock toppling. It occurs when one or more units rotate about the base and collapse. Lateral spreading. It occurs when the soil mass spreads laterally and the spreading comes with a tensional crack in the soil mass. Debris flow. It is downslope movement of collapsed, unconsolidated material typically along a stream channel. Causes of landslide. Landslide occur when the stability of the slope changes from a stable to unstable condition. A change in the stability of a slope can be caused by a number of factors affecting together or alone. Natural causes of landslides include groundwater or pore water pressure acting to destabilize the slope, loss or absence of vertical vegetative structure, soil nutrients, and soil structure. Example, after a wildfire, a fire in forest lasts for 3 to 4 days. Erosion of the toe of a slope by rivers or ocean waves. Weakening of the slope through saturation by snow melts, glacier melting, and heavy rainfall. Landslides are aggravated by human activities such as deforestation, cultivation, and construction, which destabilize the already fragile slope. Vibration from machinery or traffic. Blasting. Earthquake, which alters the shape of a slope or which imposes new loads on an existing slope. In shallow soil, the removal of deep-rooted vegetation that binds colluvium to bedrock. Effects and losses due to landslide. Direct effect, physical damage. Debris may block roads and supply lines, telecommunication, electricity, water, etc. And water waves. Casualties, deaths and injuries to people and animals. Indirect effect. Landslides, influence of landslides in dam safety. Failure of the slopes bordering the reservoir, flooding caused by movements of large masses of soil. Landslides and flooding. Debris flow can cause flooding by blocking valleys and stream channels, forcing large amount of water to back up changing, causing backup or flash flood. Direct losses, loss of life, property, infrastructure, and lifeline facilities, resources, farmland, and place of cultural importance. Indirect losses, loss in productivity of agriculture or forest land, reduced property values, loss of revenue, increased costs, adverse effect on water quality, and loss of human productivity. Prevention of landslides. Vegetation cover protects land from landslide and soil erosion. Therefore, efforts should be made to maintain greenery, particularly on slopes. Prevention should be made at community level to prevent people from excavating, removing materials from the soil, or cutting trees. There are also various direct methods of preventing landslide. These includes modifying slope geometry, using chemical agents to reinforce slope material, installing structures such as piles and retaining walls, grounding rocks joints and fissures, diverting debris path, and rerouting surface and underwater drainage. Major landslides of India. Date 1867 and 1880. Location Nainital, Uttaranchal. There have been two major landslides on Sherkha Dhanta slope in Nainital. The 1180 landslide took place on account of rainfall and an earth tremor. A large portion of the range and the buildings were swept away in minutes. It slightly permanently filled a portion of the Nainital lake. 1913 to 1993, NH1A from Jammu to Kashmir at kilometer 138. It is an old and notorious landslide. Nashri landslide causes disruption and blockage of the road several times in the same year, requiring urgent action. Often may vehicles and equipments are buried in the huge debris generator. Almost annual feature. NH1A Jammu and Srinagar highway. Almost every year, landslide occur at the Kuni Nahla site, destroying vital bridges and disrupting the traffic and the communication system. 1957, July, 1966 and 1972. Gangtok, Shiliguri Road, Sikkim. The seismicity of the area and the rainfall both are the triggering factors of this slide. An average rainfall about 3000 millimeters is uncommon in the slide area. The slope uphill of the road is a complex landform. September 1968, Himachal Pradesh. Active Maling site, 1 kilometer of road and a bridge washed away. July 1968, Gharwal, Himalaya. Active Kalyasar slide, continuous damage to road. July 1917, Alakhananda, Uttaranchal. Landslide dam broke, huge boulders were thrown far and wide, causing widespread damage. There were numerous landslides in the region, besides reaching the ones. We learn from every natural disaster, whether it's a fire or a flood. We learn something from it so we can respond to the next one better. Thank you.
Very good, Reshma. Very well presented, ma.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. ஓகேம்மா, யாராவது ஏதாவது கேட்கணுமாப்பா? இருக்கா டவுட் இருக்கா? எஸ். ஓகே. பால் தாமஸ் வந்துட்டியா உள்ளார? ஹலோ பால் தாமஸ், have you come in? ஓகே, சரிப்பா. மா அடுத்து மா ஸ்னேகா ரெடியா இருக்கியாடா? ஓகே, யாரும் எதுவும் டவுட் கேட்கல. ஸோ ஐ திங்க் வில் கோ டு த நெக்ஸ்ட்